Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hello, my name is Dana and I do art videos. Today I have two things that I want to talk about, and the first one is that my Wonder Forest watercolor brushes are now back in stock. So I'm going to share those with you today and do a little bit of a demonstration. So these are 100% synthetic watercolor brushes. I wanted to create a watercolor brush that did not harm animals and still performed the same way that a regular fur watercolor brush would. So when you get your set of watercolor brushes, you're gonna get this little package and each brush is individually wrapped. This just helps to protect them even further during the shipping process. You can get these brushes right now on my website, wonderforest.com. I'm going to link them below as well. So let's open these babies up and I'll show you what we've got. Alrighty, so they come in a set of 6. You're going to get sizes 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and 12. They have a wooden handle that is a more slim profile. I wanted a slim profile because it allows for easier brush control. They have gorgeous rose gold ferrules, and each brush comes with these little plastic protectors on top of the bristles to protect them during shipping again. Now, when you first open your brushes, you're going to notice that the bristles are stiff. That's because there is an adhesive attached to the bristles to make them hold their shape. For the second version of the brush that I'm showing you here, we have changed the gold text to white text to just make it a little bit easier to see the numbers. But everything else is still exactly the same. You're gonna have this nice sharp pointy tip on every single brush so you can get those nice details no matter what size brush you use. So for your first go using these brushes, you're gonna wanna remove that adhesive. And to do that, all you're gonna have to do is grab a clean container of water and just swish the brush around a little bit in the clean water just to loosen up that adhesive and remove it. You can see that once you do that, the brush is nice and soft and smooth and ready to use. The bristles, as I mentioned, are 100% synthetic fibers, but they hold water really, really well and they will snap back to their shape really easily, so you don't have to worry about fraying and getting that point all messed up. All right, so I want to do a little demonstration here. I'm using the number 8 round brush, and I want to show you the difference between using the very tip of the brush and pushing down a little bit more on the belly of the brush. You can see those nice fine lines you can get using the very tip, and then the thicker lines that you can achieve by pressing down a little bit on the brush. The tip really is nice and fine and razor sharp so that you can get those super fine details. The reason that I love this so much is because you don't need a separate detail brush to go in and do your final little small details. You can just use the exact same brush that you've been using for your entire painting and get all of these different sizes. Now I'm going to show you the difference using one of the larger brushes. So once again, we're just going to get rid of that adhesive for the first time by just swishing that around in water. And then I'm going to load up my brush with a little paint. And then on the opposite side of the paper here, I'll just show you the difference between the sizes. So I can still get that really, really fine tip and really thin strokes using just that tip of the brush, but I can also press down as much as I want to on the belly of the brush and get a nice flared out look. And as I do this, watch how the brush just snaps right back into its original shape. I'm using the same brush and I'm just going to show you the very tip of the brush, how fine it can really be. You can still create those little dots the same size as the smaller brush. So once again, you don't have to worry about changing brushes halfway through your painting. I also wanted to show you how well these brushes flow. So going from a thin line to a thick line and sort of tapering that out towards the bottom, I'm just gonna create these sort of swirly little details below my welcome message right here. And again, just watch how the bristles of the brush perform as I'm doing this. I'm going to use the smallest brush, number 2, right now. And I'll just show you the difference in stroke width. So when I push down on the belly of the brush, I can still get a nice wide line, but as I'm lifting up with the tip, I'm gonna get that really nice fine line again. By the way, these are great beginner exercises to try with any brush, really, just to test out how it performs and to try to get your brush pressure correct. I'll just do a really quick little flower here using a size 6 brush, so you can see how that performs as well. All right, you guys, so those are my brushes. I really hope that you like them as much as I do. I've received pretty much nothing but compliments on them, so I'm so happy that you guys have been enjoying them too if you did get your hands on some. The last time I launched these, they sold out pretty quickly. I did order more this time, but I think you'll definitely want to get a move on if you want a set for yourself. So that was the first thing that I wanted to talk about. Now on to the second and more exciting thing that I cannot wait to share with you. Dun, 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 dun. My second book, Watercolor with Me in the Ocean, is coming out November 12th, and you can pre-order it now online. You can go to Amazon and order it. I'm going to include links below so that you can just easily click on those depending what country you're in. So I'm going to give you the first ever exclusive look at this book. I'm so happy with how this one turned out. You're going to get the same type of format as my first book, In the Forest, but I've added a couple of things like this master color chart here, which is going to outline every single color that I've used in the book. I've also switched the sides of the workable page. So instead of having the workable area on your left-hand side, you're now going to find all of the sketches and everything on the right-hand side. The paper in the book is as before. It is a watercolor paper. You can kind of see the texture here. It's a thick paper. It is more of a basic grade paper. If you want to use something a little bit thicker, you can definitely just trace the images onto a different watercolor paper. A lot of people don't like working in the book simply because they want something that they can practice with before diving into the book and doing their final piece in there. So how you choose to do it is totally up to you, but this is going to be a little bit easier to work with, especially if you are right-handed. I heard a lot of feedback about having the workable pages on the right-hand side, and I agree. I am right-handed, and I do find it a lot easier to read the instructions on the left and do the project on the right. So this book contains 50 different watercolor creatures and things. And there are 3 sections. We've got wet on dry, wet on wet, and ink and wash. All of these sketches that you'll need are on the right-hand side of the page, as I've said, and they're just lightly sketched in so that you can have some sort of a guide to go by. You don't have to sketch anything for this book, which is a huge bonus. It also has lay flat pages, so you're going to be able to easily just keep the book open as you work. I think that you guys will find this book super fun. There is a huge variety of different things in it. I am super proud of this one. I think that the artwork in it is definitely above the level of the first book, which is kind of cool because you can kind of see my progression in art. But I really hope that you guys grab this one, especially if you liked the Watercolor with Me in the Forest book. You're gonna love this one. So you can pick it up on November 12th in bookstores and online. You can pre-order it right now and get that locked-in price on Amazon as well. And also, I think it makes the perfect companion to the Wonder Forest watercolor brushes. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I am so excited about these new products and I can't wait to share with you what else I've been working on. So stay creative and I hope to see you in the next video.